Good evening, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the first episode of the Cole and Austin podcast. My name is Cole Strassburg.
This is Austin.
And here we go. First off, I just want to say we're a little excited. The Golden Knights just scored an OT. Never much love when you go OT.
Mark Stoner, let's go.
Hey,
I love it.
there we go. What was
First
it?
captain in history.
2-1?
Yes.
First captain in the Golden Knights history?
Yes, their 4-year history.
Nice. So what does that bring them to, like, what?
They're 2-0 right now.
2-0. I know the season just started January.
Like,
Just a
January
couple
13th
days ago,
was
yeah.
opening night for some teams. So
All right. Well, that's exciting.
it was a good night. I was a little down tonight. A rough day. I had to work on a Saturday, full 8 hours. Dude, it's funny because I always tell Dad, I'm like, yeah, I got to work on a Saturday. He's like, well, it's just an 8 hour, right? And I'm like, it's sad when I get excited when it's a regular 8 hour work day because I'm so used to working 10 hours, 6 days a week.
Oh, yeah, 8 hours. It's no big deal. And you're like, Dad, it's Saturday, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I'm like, it'll go by fast. And I'm like, it's actually just a regular work day. It's still going to go by pretty long.
Well, either way, rather exciting 2-0 start to the season for the Golden Knights. How many games are in a
There's
hockey?
usually 82, I believe.
82?
And then, but with COVID, they're doing like 54 this year or something.
Okay,
So-
well, even better ratio for them, less games, and they already got 2 wins.
Let's go.
Hot diggity dog.
Well, hopefully everything gets back to normal soon and we can get some fans in the stands.
That's the
That'd be
truth.
nice. That'd be my first vacation right there this year.
That's no kidding. So, I got something that I want to talk to you about, which I think is kind of funny.
Spill it.
When this whole Corona's not funny. No part of Corona is hilarious, but I work in a restaurant and it's just funny to see because, we're turnover rates in restaurants it's not high necessarily, but you're always hiring and getting rid of people like any job and any business. And when people get hired and I've only ever seen them with a mask on, it's like, I don't know what this person looks like. I've seen their eyeballs and that's about it. And it's like, oh man, we just hired that girl. She's kind of cute, whatever. Like, sure. And then, some folks take their mask off and you're like, shit, you should probably leave your mask on.
Yeah. Is that some coworkers or just people that come into the restaurant?
I'm not going to name names.
But
yeah,
okay.
There's a couple coworkers and I'm like, whew, yeah, you're new. All right. And then it's like, oh, you just got off work and we're walking out to our cars. Like, yeah, have a good night. So and so. And it's like, oh, she just took her mask off. Maybe I'll, yeah. Just saying. I know it sounds good.
This is why you're single, man. You got no compassion for the uglies.
They're not ugly. I'm just, maybe I'm just a shallow guy.
Part of the uglies.
Yeah, personality means a lot to me, man. I'm
Really?
big on, oh, fuck yeah. Are you kidding me?
I'm
a big old soft teddy bear on the inside, so I'm like, yeah, I sound like this jackass. All like, I don't date you unless you're a pretty girl. But yeah, if they got a good personality, I can let some things slide, like a crooked tooth or two.
I just need going after old Patchy the Pirate there.
Hey, all I'm saying is you could be a solid 10 if you got a fucked up smile. That's probably a no deal for me.
Yeah, I'm pretty blessed with good teeth, so.
I had braces when I was younger, so
how did those feel? My sister had some. She said they weren't too bad. The rubbers just kind of irritated her.
Yeah, so my teeth were all straight. I just had a little bit of an overbite. So not trying to toot my own horn, but I kind of had perfect teeth. That being said, yeah, I just had a bit of an overbite. So while I think I sound like I'm talking like I'm Mr. Hot Shit over here, I still had to wear headgear at night. Yeah,
Did you have a helmet?
What do you mean a helmet?
Just it's like the guy from Benchwarmers. He's got a helmet because he's kind of like
okay, not that bad.
Okay.
I had picture Ed and Eddie, the kid that walked around with the girl all the time. I can't remember his name. He had that wire that he always
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Jimmy
he had
and
that
Sarah?
wire that went around his head.
Yeah,
that was me.
Dude, what was that? You ever notice it never connected to anything? It was just like a halo around his.
Well, that's a cartoon. I could tell you what it was. It was hooked in to the back of my teeth here on the top part. And what it was is there was a pad on the back of my head and it would hook to my teeth and it would like push my jaw backwards, my top teeth backwards, so that my overbite would be less.
It would come back, yeah.
Yeah. I had a overbite, I don't remember the measurements specifically, but basically The distance between my teeth was double what it should have been between my top and bottom teeth.
Dude, you had some chompers, didn't
Oh yeah,
you?
I had some big old chompers hanging over the top part there. Yeah.
You be taking out the Forrest Gump.
Oh yeah, that's no
Forrest
kidding.
Gump in 2025.
Yeah, I just keep running.
But your ass never runs.
Are you
Have
kidding
you done
me?
cardio at all at the gym?
So, gym just opened back up for me early January. I went twice now.
Oh, did you go again from that first time?
I worked out my arms the first time, and then I worked out my back and arms the second time. And, you know, I went on a Monday, I went on a Wednesday, I got a treadmill at home on Tuesday. I walked for like half an hour. I'm not much in the whole cardio business there. I'm not
Trying to get ripped.
Yeah, I'm trying to get swole,
Trying to get
brother.
that beach bod. You ever?
Yeah.
I love. So tonight, a buddy of mine went down to the gym. Nobody was there, so we were like, "Oh, dude, this is sick!" Like we got the whole gym. to
Slap some
ourselves.
weights, bro.
Dude, we started working. We did a warm up cardio, and then we started working out. Maybe like 10 minutes into our workout, and like 15 people came in,
Oh, that's the worst.
and like they all wanted to use the same area as.
Were they all together, or was it all just like 15?
It was like a chunk of 4, and then like a chunk of 2, and like maybe 1 here and there. But like, yeah, it's like 15 people, and like, and they're like, "Are you using that?" Like, yeah, dude, I'm using the machine I'm fucking sitting at.
Yeah,
Thank you.
motherfucker. I just put this barbell down. Of course I'm still using it.
Did you not see me slap the plate onto the bar, or was
Right.
that just your imagination?
Dude, that frustrates me more than anything when I'm like, I don't bench because I got noodle arms over here.
You're
And
a
I'm
puss.
I'm
I'm
kind
a
of,
puss too, dude.
yeah, I'm kind of weak. But, you know, the machines that you can slap weights on and like, exactly what you just said pisses me off the most. I'll do my warm-up set, like a lightweight or whatever, and then I'll go just put some more weights on so I can do my next set, and I'll put the weights on, and I've literally had someone walking up to me as I'm placing the weight onto the machine, and they're like, "Hey, are you still using that?" And I'm like, like in my head, I'm just sitting there thinking, are you fucking kidding me? Are you really asking me if I'm still using this as I'm putting more weights on? And I'm just like, yes, sir, I am still using this machine.
I always have the guys that are like super jacked, you know, they'll be like, "Oh yeah," you know, you could tell they come to the gym regularly and like
8 days a week.
Yeah, do their nutrition. Yeah, 25 hours.
Yeah.
So they you could tell they do their nutrition and everything. And this guy came up to my buddy and I, and he was like, "Hey, you guys using that machine?" I was like, "Dude, first of all, you're already using 2 other machines over there, and we're just using 1 here. So why do you need three machines at one time?" Like,
Doing
I hate
supersets, bro.
Yeah, I hate when people like reserve spots. They're like, "Oh, I'm using that place over there. I'm using that like squat rack over there." Like, you'll go up to a machine that's been empty for 20 minutes. And then they'll be like, "Oh, hey, I'm using that." Like, no, you're not, you douche.
Dude, I've been
used it an
watching
hour
this.
ago. Yeah, like, get out of here, man. That's what kills me at the gym.
Yeah, that's that one's pretty frustrating. But you know, then I do get this one, exactly same situation you're talking about, the big guy that looks like he's juicing in the back over there, and he's like trying to intimidate you into letting him use the machine. Like,
It's not happening.
dude, I just sat down. Just because you're twice my size and could break me like a toothpick doesn't mean you just get to use this machine. Sorry, brother.
Well, it's because he has other people that give in to him.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
"Oh, yeah, dude. No, I was putting the weights on for you." Yeah, no, like,
Yeah, Mr. Meathead. Here, it's all yours.
like, all right, let's fucking herd the sheep back into their cages.
Yeah, no, get the fuck out of here with
Yeah,
that shit.
little
I'm not having
pussies.
it.
So
But yeah, no, gym's been going great for me.
Nice.
Like I was saying, I did 30 minutes of walking on the treadmill the other day. I'm more of the I'm trying to get that dirty bulk going, you know, get kind of fat and add a bunch of weight to you and then just shred off all the shit that you don't need.
you know, women are like really into dad bods now these days.
Shit, maybe I don't need to shred off all that extra stuff.
I was talking to a girl one time and she was like, "Well, why would I want to cuddle a rock?" I'm like, "What the hell?"
Like,
I've never heard that.
She's got a solid point though.
No, I mean, like, for sure. Like, nobody wants to just be laying up against a dude who's just ripped out of his mind and he feels like a rock. But like, I've always thought of like growing up, like girls always wanted dudes who look like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Chiseled.
Yeah, you know, like looking good, like you can see the definition in their muscles. But like girls these days are like, "Nah, I'd be with a dude who'd slap a large pizza by himself." Like,
What?
damn.
Fuck, I'm working out the wrong muscles then. Shit.
Well, you just keep eating there. You'll get there soon.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little
I see
tubby.
that little tummy poking
Little
out.
chub got
Little
going on over
Teletubby.
here. Yeah, I know. I need to, like I said, dirty bulking, man. I'm working on it.
So I recently joined eHarmony.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Why?
Well, I just like I was gonna say earlier, when I look for a girl, like I want her to like have some brains, you know, have some long-term goals, some future goals. Like she's very hardworking, and I feel like with our generation, we have Tinder, Bumble, like everything where you're like, yeah, I'm not really feeling that person. I'm gonna swipe
Austin,
left.
are you getting desperate?
No,
No,
Why
I
would
just
I-
want some brains, bruh.
no, I want a nice girl that like enjoys hanging out and understands that I work a bunch.
All right, all right.
And she's
That's
smart and
respectable.
kind, and I'm an angry person.
So do you feel like going on a website that's not strictly based off of swiping left and right for looks will find you someone that's a little
I feel like if I can have a normal conversation with her, then yeah.
okay,
I
something
don't
more
know.
intelligent?
I'm always watching TV, and you know that eHarmony commercial comes on,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're like, "We're the #1 rated like dating site, and we've had so many success stories." And I'm like, all right, well, if motherfuckers in 40s and 50s can get a significant other, maybe a 24-year-old could.
You ain't just looking for some hoe to slap your stick no more?
Dude, those are bad days.
Those days are long gone.
Yeah, that never even had those days.
Nah, trust me, I agree with you there, man. I
Like,
went to college and did not fulfill the
yeah, I was
Classic.
in a relationship.
American dream of going to college and banging hoes. Like, I wasn't about that, man.
You have a checklist for every night.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a perfect week. I didn't have a perfect month. Nothing
Well,
like that.
you spent most of your time at college with me. That was your problem.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the buzzkill for you.
Oh, are you kidding? You had chicks all over you left and right. It's just you had that girlfriend that was like, no, Austin.
Yeah, well, we do not speak of Lord Voldemort's name
All
in
right.
this household. So.
Next topic, please. So this week was kind of a shitty week for me. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
So I'm glad. I mean, Saturday nights here, we're just chilling. Sitting here doing what we love, speaking into the mics and whatnot. But Monday, no big deal. Monday's just a normal day. Didn't work that day. Tuesday, shitty fucking windstorm at night. Power goes out. I'm like, whatever. I'm sitting on my PC. Mind you, I just dropped like $3,500 to build this PC last year. And so it's real fucking nice. And I take real good care of that. First one I bought, or first one that I've built too, personally. So I'm like, I'm a little sensitive over my PC.
Took some time with that. I remember you telling me how long
I
it
did
took.
like 2 months worth of research. I did all
It took
kinds
a while
of shit.
for those parts to come in.
Parts
as well.
to come in, yeah, all that kind of good stuff. Well, anyway, so my PC's been built for like 3 or 4 months now. I play on it all the time. I do the editing, podcast editing, blah, blah, blah. Windstorm happens. I'm on it. Bam, power goes out. I'm like, no big deal. I got it hooked up to a surge protector. I'm all hunky-dory here. Cool. Wednesday morning rolls around. Boom, turn my PC on because I was just like, fuck it, power's out. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Morning rolls around, turn my PC on, cool, everything's working fine and dandy. Windows is like, hey, we need to reset or update. Boom, hit that update. PC doesn't work. I'm like, what? I let it go through its whole like, we're going to close all the apps, shut down, update Windows, reset the PC for you, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, whatever. It does all that. It goes to reset, and it's just a black screen. Nothing. Like, for you techie nerds out there that might actually be listening, I could get into the BIOS and that was it, which is basically the stuff that runs your operating system, which runs Windows or Microsoft for you. And I could get into that. That was it, which kind of doesn't really help me in this situation. I spent 12 hours on my PC the other day fixing that bitch. Dude, I was not happy. I sat on it for about probably like 6 hours in the morning. I got up, got right to working on it because I was like, I have to have this computer. I'm not going to have a $3,500 fucking paperweight. Not happening. I'm too determined to not let this happen. So I go through a bunch of shit and 6 hours go by. Shit, I got to go to work now. And I still haven't got this fucking thing fixed. Go to work, come home, keep working on it. Basically, roundabout sort of way, for those of you that out there that also know PC stuff, I had to reinstall Windows, which was a bitch and a half because it basically just wiped my computer clean of everything that it had on it, which was a pain in the ass. And then I re-downloaded everything, got it all working again, and now it's working 95%. And that 5% that's not working is enough to piss me off, but not enough for me to actually do something about it because everything that I want to do still works on my PC.
So what, do you have to buy like a new part for it? Or is it, so what is the problem?
Okay,
what'd you spend half a fucking day working on?
Okay, so basically the error that I looked up, I went over and over and over trying to, on my phone, just like researching, and I narrowed it down to it was a Windows issue, not a
you issue or your PC issue.
Yes, it was a program issue, not like the actual motherboard and the PC issue. Because I thought there's a thing that you do where that thing I mentioned earlier, the BIOS that basically runs your operating system, if you're updating that and you accidentally restart your PC or shut it off, it's like permanently fucked. That's where I thought I turned it into a $3,500 paperweight. Like, you've got to buy new parts for it because you just murdered your board. And I thought I did that. Thank God I did not do that. That is not what happened. It was just some weird fucked up PC or Windows update. After I researched it for like an hour, basically everyone that had the same problem was like, yeah, this started happening after I updated Windows. So I don't know.
So you're not going to update Windows anymore?
Basically, so first what I did is I restored my PC to an earlier date, but then, which basically rolls it back to saying, okay, anything that happened after, let's just for random.
So-and-so, yeah.
So-and-so time basically didn't happen. We'll just take your PC back to as if it was this time. And so I rolled it back to I had a checkpoint that was right before the power went out. So I was like, cool, this will be like the power never even went out on my PC, whatever. So I did that. But then once I rolled it back, nothing worked. Fucking my sound wasn't working. Couldn't figure that out. I went through all this. I spent like an hour just trying to figure out the sound. Then my Microsoft store wasn't working. Like, none of the shit was working for me. So I was like, fuck it, reinstall Windows.
So you did 6 hours in the morning.
Went to work for 3 hours, which I know is a joke because the fucking restaurants are like half open.
Fuck you.
And then worked on it for another 6 hours. Yeah. It was brutal.
That would probably piss me off. It's 15 hours of your day that you really didn't get to yourself.
No, not at all.
Because you just sat there and you were so pissed off and worried about your PC that you didn't really think about anything, and then you went to work all butthurt thinking about people who are fugly as hell without mask.
Yeah.
And then came back for 6 hours just to be even more pissed off that your PC still wasn't working.
The one thing that I can say that I think did help is, yes, I was pissed at work the entire time because I knew that I had to go back and like keep working on it in order to fix it. But I think by getting up and taking a break from it, because I was just sitting there 6 hours straight, I was just pissed off. I felt like I was at a wall. So being able to like get up, go do something else, and kind of like, while I was still thinking about it, clear my mind of like sitting in front of a screen for 6 hours, clear my brain of that, and then coming back and working on it again kind of gave me like the, wait a minute, I should try this, or like made me think of different outcomes basically. And I think that helped a little bit. I do that sometimes. I'll get really like, I'll be working on something and I'll get fucking pissed. It feels kind of like writer's block, where like you just can't figure out what to do next. You can't figure out what to work on next, what might be broken next. So I'm just like, fuck it, I just need to not sit here and look at this for an amount of time and then come back to it.
I think that's the difference with our generation and the older generation, is when we get pissed off, we're like, okay, we need to like just take a break. Yeah, just say fuck it for a second. Like, leave us alone. Don't bother us. Like, just let us figure the shit out on our own, because if we don't figure it out on our own, we're just going to be pissed off for the rest of the day. And then you guys are going to keep chirping at us and make us even more pissed. And then we're never, nothing gets resolved. So I'm at work, and every day there's a guy, we call him Ricky Bobby at work. I've never found out why we call him Ricky Bobby.
What's his real name?
Robert.
Okay.
It literally has nothing to do with Robert. But So I've to this day I've never figured out. I literally just transferred over to shipping like 3 months ago. So every day, Ricky Bobby, I call Ricky Bobby and Matty Ice my work dads. Cause Matty Ice cause Matty Ice is like a really nice guy, but when he gets pissed, he's a cold motherfucker.
You don't want to be in the way of that.
You don't want to be in Matty Ice's like pissed off mode. So they're like my work dads. You know, Matty Ice has been there 15 years. Ricky Bobby's been there 13. So I'm the youngest one there. And so they're like looking after me. Well, they chirp me all the time. They're always like, come on, chump. Gotta go faster.
Work harder.
Come on, Grandpa. What are you doing? Like I'll be
when I was your age.
Yeah, like I'll be sitting there putting the stuff in the computer, scanning it, and then I write it down on the paper, and then I gotta load it. And these guys are just coming in like boom, boom, boom. Like I mean, they've been doing it for quite a bit of time. So obviously, I've been doing it for like 3 months compared to their.
So they've got it down pat, and you're just learning it
like the back of their hand. So they like are always chirping me. Well, the other day I'm pissed off because we had this 300 pallet order come down, and it all needed to be loaded into 5 trucks before today, Saturday. Who do they put that on? Well, they put that on me. One guy's doing a trailer for 3 hours.
One trailer?
One trailer for 3 hours.
You had to have 5 trailers loaded?
No. I did 3 of the Arctic Storm, and then I did 1 HR spinner while I was doing the Arctic Storm. So I'm
Dude,
like,
I don't know what those names mean.
It's just the companies.
Okay.
So like I'm like trying to keep in my head, you know, I go, okay, I got to figure out the numbers for HR spinner. I got to figure out the numbers for Arctic Storm. I got to make sure they both go in their own trucks. I got to make sure the paperwork and the computer is correct. Well, Ricky Bobby's chirping me the whole time, and I don't mind a good chirp because I chirp people at work as well. I'm like, yo, come on, you fucking old fuck. Like, get moving or something like that. Well, these guys are chirping me, and I'm like, dude, like, you're kind of starting to piss me off, Ricky Bobby. Like, you know, and then like
just the fact that you're sitting here like you're pissing me off, Ricky Bobby. I'm just picturing Will Ferrell, and it's killing me. Every time.
Well, it definitely looks nothing like Will Ferrell. He's very short, like, but I'm like, dude, you're starting to piss me off. And he's like, come on, you chump, like you like to chirp and you like to get people pissed off, like you can't take the game. I'm like, dude, I just took it for 8 hours. Okay, we're on a 10-hour shift, and you've been chirping me for 8 hours. I just want to get this done. Well, I go up, and 2 numbers are screwed up in the trailer, and they're not in the system. Well, now we don't know if it's in the Arctic Storm or the HR spinner. We don't know where it's at. And I've already loaded the trucks to a point where I would have to pull out 30 pallets to get it to figure it out.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Okay, so I'm getting pissed, and Ricky Bobby goes, "You fuck it up, bud? Huh? Did you fuck it up? I knew you'd fuck it up because you're a fucking dumbass most of the time."
You about fucking drop that old man?
Oh, dude, when I'm mad, like people think when I'm mad, I'm like cussing up a storm. I'm like, fuck this, fuck that. No, that's just me like getting the anger out, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. If I'm really mad, I don't talk because I know I'm gonna punch someone. So I'm like walking.
Shit's gonna get real here real quick.
So I'm leaving. It's like 5:45. We got off hella late. I'm pissed off, like, you know, because we had to wait for pallets to come down. I screwed up with one of the trailers, had to fix it. Ricky Bobby, as I'm leaving, he goes, "Okay, bud, I'll see you in the morning. Try not to be a fucking mess when you come in." I was like, oh. I told my boss, I was like, man, I gotta go. I was this close to quitting, dude. I was like, man, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if I could deal with that shit every day.
Damn, that's frustrating. I know that feeling because I worked in a warehouse on a shipping dock for like 4.5 years, and I was the guy that had to load every fucking new truck. It was like, oh, we got parts going to Alaska. Has to be like perfect and has to go on this truck really nice and tight and secure because it's going on a boat. Cool, let's make Cole do it. Yeah. We got a new store that we're building, and we got to ship like 90 pallets to that new store, and we have to load them all today. Yeah, we'll make Cole do it. Fuck it.
The worst part is when you have a bad day like that, and then those guys are chirping you the whole time saying you did a shitty job, but then they'll go to somebody else. Like Ricky Bobby went up to Matt, and he was like, "Yeah, they actually did a pretty good job today. I was just fucking with them." And I was like, see, bro, if you'd have just said that right before we left, I would have been okay. I would have been like, all right, dude, I understand you were messing with me. I just needed to focus because I'm not that person that can multitask, chirp, you know, like drive the forklift, figure it, you know.
Fuck with someone, drive the forklift, try to figure out your paperwork, get a fucking pallet in there.
I can't do all that. I got to focus on one thing because, you know, just how my mind works. And, you know, if you would have just told me that at the end, I wouldn't have been as mad as I was. And I came in the next morning, he started laughing. I was like, what are you laughing at, Ricky Bobby? I was like, it's 6:30 in the morning. You're already pissing me off. He was like, I knew your ass would come into work. He was like, I chirped you, but I knew you'd come into work because you can't leave us.
I knew you come crawling back,
yeah.
boy.
He was like, you know how pissed Matty Ice and I would have been at you. And I was like, yeah, I know. That's
You crotchety old fucks.
Oh, dude, it really boiled me. But like now everybody jokes about it. They're like, oh, Austin's about to get mad. Hold on, guys. Like,
he's about to blow his load.
like, shut the fuck up. Like in the background, like, what are you gonna do, old man?
Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I don't want to hear about it.
Right. So, dude, Parlor, remember?
God damn it. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think they're coming back.
Who cares?
But like a lot of companies are taking out Twitter and Facebook. You see the stocks falling.
What do you like? Companies are pulling out of Facebook.
Yeah, they're just
Twitter?
like not investing in Twitter and
Good.
Facebook
Fuck
anymore.
Facebook sucks.
Well, dude, you're never on social media.
Well, yeah, I know, but like Facebook's all like tries to be invasive and like get into your shit and like watch you through your webcams and shit. I'm like, get out of here with that.
I hate when I'm sitting there, I'm searching an item, and then it's like the next thing that I go on Facebook, it pops up. It was like, oh, this scarf you were looking at. Like, how the hell did you know I was looking at a scarf, Facebook? Like, what the fuck?
I think that's just like, I don't think that's singularly Facebook. I think that's, I don't know what it is, but the internet's fucked, man. Our systems are listening to us because I could sit here and talk about something and go on any social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, who God knows what else, and I could go on Reddit. I could just go on the internet. I could just like type something into research whatever the fuck on the internet, and it'll be like, oh, did you mean this I don't know, paintball gun you were looking at? And I'm like, no, I'm looking at PC. I wanted to look at a new PC part. What the fuck? I don't need a new.
How'd you get a fucking paintball gun from PC parts?
Yeah.
Did you spell it wrong?
No, like that's because I would be sitting there and like having a conversation with a friend about paintball guns or something. Because back in the day, me and one of my buddies are like big into paintball. And so we're like playing video games and we're just talking about paintball guns. And then I get on my phone and I'm like, oh yeah, we kind of start talking about PCs too. And I'm like, yeah, let me look up this PC part. And I type P. And it goes, bam, paintball marker, this, and that.
Pornhub.com.
I mean, that was the that was the first suggestion. I just didn't want to tell you. Yeah, it's the most visited site on my phone. But
Dude, get out of here.
Dude, I gotta check this out. I got a hotkey for it. Look, if I pull open my internet app, see that little PH down there? I'm not fucking with you, man.
Oh, you really do? Oh
yeah, I got
gosh.
a hotkey for that, man. Dude. I got no time to mess around.
Well done, man. That's well done.
Yeah, I'm not shitting you, man. I got a fucking hotkey for that. I got no time to mess around.
That's pretty impressive.
Get in there, get shit done, go to bed.
So it's like 30 seconds. It's pretty quick.
You're rounding up for me, but yeah, we'll say 30. I don't want to get into it, man.
No. Well, there's nothing to get into if I'm rounding up to 30.
Hey, I don't even pick a video. I just scroll through the suggestions and I'm like, oh, Jesus, that one looks good.
Okay, here's a question.
Yeah.
Older women, younger women. Now, when I say younger women, I'm talking like, like
at least our age, kind of.
Yeah, like young 20s, like our generation,
our
pretty
demographic.
Much. And then with like older women, I'm talking like 30s, 40s.
Okay. Let's put it this way. I'm 26. You're 24. The youngest for me would have to be like 22. Probably 22. Maybe like if you're cool, maybe 21. But like fucking that's pushing it, man, because I can't.
I think it's based off of maturity for me.
If you can't go to the fucking bar with me, shit ain't happening.
Well, okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
Obviously, but like when
I don't even drink.
My thing is like I like older women because of maturity and like they just know what they want.
Yeah.
The problem is motherfuckers got like 2-3 kids already.
Well, that's what you're on the eHarmonies for, man. You gotta find that. You gotta find the diamond in the rough. You gotta find you're 24. Find you the nice 28, 29-year-old single, obviously single, no kids.
Well, I don't know. I mean, should be single.
It's like just getting 2 years into a solid career that she's gonna be in there for a while. Like knows what she wants.
No flight attendants. No military.
All right. Why? Why no? Okay, I understand military because I personally, I don't really care, but I mean, I could understand for someone else why no military.
Well, just they be always gone.
True.
You never know like what's going on, and like I'm sorry, dog, to say it, I don't really have a lot of trust in like future relationships.
I mean,
because a lot of people, yeah, well, just in the fact that like we have so much online dating and like Facebook, social media, all that, where we could literally just like Facebook be like, hey, you have 3 mutual friends with this person. Oh, hey, she's kind of cute. I should hit her up. Like, it's that easy to find somebody for like, if you're in a relationship, it could be like, well, what if she gets tired of you one day and then she's like, all right, well, Billy over here freaking hit me up like Friday secretly.
Oh, are you saying it's easier for them just to like, if they're not home,
yeah, and that's why
Facebook
I say flight.
Be like, bam.
That's why I say flight attendants and military, because the flight attendant, they're always gone. They're always going to like around the world, you know, like
fuck it, have her take you with her.
Motherfucker, I gotta stay here and work 6 days. Okay,
Become a flight. Be a pilot.
No, because I'm not a people person, and I would literally tell a Karen or somebody, like, if they ask, like, oh, there's too much, like, ice in my or you guys, like, don't put enough Sprite in there or something. Like, shut the fuck up, right?
Be the pilot then. Sit up in the goddamn cockpit and not talk to anyone.
Way too much shit. I'm not really interested in fucking sitting for 12 hours flying a plane that really I could only just press autopilot and it would do everything for me. So half the time these motherfuckers literally like, well, okay, I'm gonna sleep for most of the flight, do some autopilot shit, you know, like.
God, I hope that's not true. I hope the fucking pilots aren't just like, autopilot.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying, like, I could see people being like, well, what would
you're far too much of an active person to sit in a fucking tube for 12 hours.
I can't. Even when I go on vacation, I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, not even the music or movies.
I don't even gotta pee, but I want to walk up to the bathroom just to stretch.
Dude, Dad and I went to Australia. It was like an 18, 19-hour flight. Motherfuckers smell after a while. Nobody showers, you know, like people taking their shoes off and shit. Like, I'm
from Washington State. It's 19 hours.
Well, they had a flight where it was from Seattle to like Sydney.
Damn, would they go fucking around the other side of the world? They go across the U.S. and Europe and Asia?
Across everybody, yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know what the flight, I can't remember. I was 12, but.
Oh, okay.
Like, dude, some of those flights, I just couldn't do it, you know? So standing in a long, sitting there for 12 hours, that would be me. But back to a point where, like, I just couldn't do military and flight attendant. Like, yeah, because they
ain't around.
They're not around. And like, if I'm working all the time and they know I'm working all the time, and dude, I'll literally come home and be like, hey, I'm gonna watch a movie, go to bed. That's it. You know, so I just couldn't be with someone who's always gone and shit because I just couldn't. And I know I'm gonna get some people that are like, oh man, this is trust issues. Like, oh, like you just gotta have faith in them.
Yeah, you're also only 24 though, and I'm only 26. We got a lot of life to live and a lot to learn. So I mean,
bro, I don't know, man. With the way it's going, this world sucks. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's some shitty parts of this world, but there's also a lot of great parts of the world. I mean, think of the things you enjoy. Hockey. You love hockey.
Okay, yeah, I love hockey. Yes, there's shit I enjoy. You know, okay, you know what's funny? I enjoy when my mom messages me from Xbox.
What the fuck? Your mom plays video games?
No, so it'll be my stepdad, and he'll be playing something. They'll be like, hey, just letting you know, mom says I love you.
Aww.
You know, like, I'll be like, wow, bro, you really...
You're sitting there smashing on someone in FIFA, and you're like, yeah, get fucked, nerd. And then it's like, ding, we love you, Austin.
Yeah, just letting you know, mom loves you. I'm like, yeah, I just wrecked this motherfucker. Okay, I love you too, mom.
Nice.
You know, so...
Okay, so let me ask you. Speaking of, like, ladies and what you're into and whatnot, would you ever date or be with a woman that makes more money than you?
Yes.
That doesn't bother you whatsoever?
That literally has no effect on me whatsoever.
You have no complex about that?
No.
Okay.
If any dude wakes up and thinks that he has to make more money than his woman,
I must be the sole breadwinner.
That's crap. That's bullshit. I know a lot of dudes who I work with where their wives make more money and they have no problem with it. Because the thing is, you're on a team. You guys have to be a team together.
Yeah.
So what? Who makes more money? Yeah, there's always going to be like, oh, I want to make more. You know, I went to college and my husband or wife didn't go to college, you know, so they're making more money than me at that time. But once you get your degree going and everything, you probably make double what they're making. So I don't feel like there's a lot of women out there that are going to school. I didn't finish school. You know, I work a trade job. So it's
That's fair.
if I get older and I stay in trade, like, yeah, I would love to go back to school, you know, do what I want to do and like all that. But like right now at this time, no, dude, it literally has no effect because you're supposed to be a team. So if you're not with me, then like, how am I supposed to like be with you? You know, like how am I supposed to put away my, you know, like some guys are like, oh, I got to put away my pride for that shit. Well, if you're not on the same team and like the girl's always like, well, you make more money than me. Who cares?
All right. So your head's not entirely in your ass.
Dude. No, nothing wants to go. My butt is closed, all right? Nothing goes up there. But I just think when people, like I was actually thinking about that today at work. I was like, man, what if like a girl actually did make more money than me? And I like the first thought in my head was like, I could really care less.
I could give a fuck less.
Because if me and that woman have a good life, we have good kids, like make sure our kids are well fed and taken care of and all that, like until they're able to have jobs and stuff and get out of the house, like I did my part as a parent. I don't have to be some rich motherfucker Bill Gates, like I make $200,000 a year, like got to give my kids the best shit all the time. Like, yo, if my kids are happy, they wake up and they like seeing their mom and dad and have friends and all that shit, cool, man.
All right, let me give you this scenario. You're with a lady, been with her, woman, whatever, you've been with her for X amount of time. Both have great jobs, both happy. And then she's just fucking with you. But she gets a raise at work and she's like, hey, sweetie, you know I'm going to be making more money than you now. You're going to have to step it up here. And she's just, like you say, she's just chirping you
just
here.
Chirping.
Yeah. Would that get under your skin eventually? Because I could see
I want to say confidently no. I wouldn't. It wouldn't. But I feel like it would a little bit. Just a couple chirps, just the way, because I already said Ricky Bobby chirped at me quite a bit, and it kind of irritated me when it hit the wrong spot. So,
oh yeah,
but that also doesn't take away from the fact that deep down, I wouldn't be mad at her, and I wouldn't be like, "Oh, you're a fucking asshole." Like,
yeah, as long as you know that she's like just fucking with you, and she's not, she doesn't mean that by any intentions.
Dude, I hope my future wife chirps me. I hope she wakes up like 7 a.m. We're both getting ready. She's like, oh, God, fucking smelled you all night. About time I got to work so I don't have to see your ass for 8 hours.
Your balls really are sagging on the ground today, aren't they?
What'd you do, fucking rip ass, you ugly twig? Jesus Christ, can't believe I fucking married you.
Can't believe I married this fucking fire crotch.
Right?
Christ.
She'd be waking up, she'd be like, dude, just doing it for the kids, you ugly fuck. Dude, I really hope my wife chirps me because I think that shit would be hilarious.
Ooh, I got to tell you what, that last one doesn't hit too close to home for me, but I do know some folks that are like, yeah, we're just together for the fucking kids. And I'm like, ugh, that's not a good relationship.
Well, I know a lot of people like that. Yeah, a lot of people our age.
Really?
Oh, dude.
Dude, we're too young for that shit.
Are you kidding me? You know how many people I know that are either married or have a kid already?
I mean, yeah.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I'm going to get 20 minutes to take a shit without the cats meowing at the door.
I swear to God, kind of on that same sort of branch. At the restaurant I work at, I've been there for a little over a year now, like year and a half. I can't tell you how many fucking people got pregnant in the time that I've just started there. Like,
y'all heard of condoms?
Well, and the crazy thing is, they're all younger than me. Like, this one chick just had her baby. She's 20. Another chick just had her baby. She's 19. Another one had her baby like a couple months ago. She's like 23 or 24 or something. But still, I'm like, Jesus Christ, is it like the season or what?
They're like, oh, my perfect little family. Like, no, that motherfucker's 19. He's still hormonal. Like,
dude, that's so true.
That dude is literally going to leave you in 2 years because you're going to turn into a bitchy mom at the age of 21.
You never know.
But it's not like the 60s and 70s where like our moms and grandmas were getting like pregnant at a young age and they were fucking mature for it. These girls, they're like, oh, no laws when you're drinking the claws.
No laws on the claws. So there is this one girl. She's like 20 or whatever. And boy, she spoke to me a lot about just her life in general, even before she was pregnant. And she has not had an easy upbringing. She's had a pretty tough life. And so I'm kind of always just like there talking to her about it, kind of whatever. If you need to talk, whatever, I'll just sit here and listen because I'm the bartender. So I just kind of stand in one place and she's the expediter, which basically stands right in front of me and trays up all the food. And so we just sit there and talk all the time. And she's like, yeah, bro, this, my baby daddy, like, I'm the first girl he's been with. And I'm like, what?
And he had a kid right off the bat?
She's like, yeah. When I first started dating him, he was a virgin. I'm like, the fuck? She's like, yeah. I only told him I've only been with like 4 or 5 guys, but that number, I lost count, motherfucker. And I was like, holy shit, girl. I mean, more power to you. Do what you want to do, but like, boy, she tells me all the time about how immature he is and how he's like, I don't want you doing this, honey, because I don't trust that and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, fucking boy, if you only knew half the shit that I've done in my life, like you wouldn't fucking want to be with me. Yeah. But it's just one of those situations where it's kind of like she got knocked up and she even told me at first, like, I'm not so sure I want to keep this kid, blah, 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 blah. And like, even all the way through, there were times where she was like, yeah, I'm doing a month. And I'm like, was this even the right decision? And sure as shit, she had her kid, and I haven't seen her since, but she's pretty close with one of the managers, and I talked to her about it. I was like, hey, how's so-and-so doing? And she's like, oh, really good, actually. I'm like, oh, good. She's like, dude, the second that baby popped out of her, she fell in love. She couldn't not have that kid with her. And I was like, oh, that makes me feel so much fucking better, because she was skeptical for a long time.
Well, I would be too. Because obviously the dude doesn't sound mature enough to have a child right now. Well, but that's half the people that I see. They're like,
I don't think you're ever ready to have a kid. Like, no matter what, when people are like, I just don't think we're ready yet, or like, we're going to wait another year. I don't care how prepared you are. I've never had a kid, but nobody is ready to have a kid ever.
I kind of agree to disagree with that. I agree to a sense where, like, if we're young, yeah, we're not ready. And I think a lot of people who are having kids right now our age think they're ready. Bullshit. I've already seen half my friends get divorces. And like, bro, you were only married a year.
Yeah.
You were dating for 3 and everything was going fine. And then all of a sudden you slap a ring on it and it's like everything fucking goes to shit.
Speaking of, interesting you should say that, because there's this lady at my work and she's super, super nice. Like one of the hardest working, nicest, sweetest ladies I've ever worked with. And she was telling me the other day, I'm very close with everyone that I work with, and so I was just kind of like talking about random personal stuff, and she's like, yeah, my husband, he's AA, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, good for him. Glad that he's like back on getting on track, doing what he wants to do. And then I was asking her, and she said something about being divorced, and I was like, wait, you're divorced? She's like, 3 times. I was like, holy shit.
Okay.
Divorced 3 times?
Hold on.
She's 30 something, early 30s, 32. Maybe.
Okay, that's not as bad.
It's not as bad, but still, I'm like, God damn.
Okay, shout out to my mama. I love her.
All right.
I love her to death. We have our relationship. It's.
I love your mom too. We have our relationship.
I will fucking murder you. But okay, I never take relationship advice from my mom.
Why?
Been married a couple times, divorces and
all right.
She's a little older, so I give her that aspect, but like, I'm glad she found the dude that she found now. Cause when I think about it, she wasn't ready for those marriages. Like the one with my dad and her, dad just worked a bunch. Mom was always home. So like, it just never worked out, all the other ones, it was my mom, like just ranking on the dudes. It's like, oh, you fucking suck. Like, she'd be hella happy one day, and then come home, be all pissy because of work and shit, So, like, when I hear people with multiple divorces, I'm like, bruh, been there.
I ain't taking advice from you.
I haven't been there, done that, but, like, I've seen it, been there, done that, and, like, for me, I just want one wife. And if it don't work out, I'm out. If I don't have a kid in that marriage, then I'm just going to be alone. I'm just going to be like a stepdad or something, date.
I just say don't speak too soon.
No, and I understand that, because I've said a lot of dumb shit when I'm young, and then I'm sitting here thinking at 24, and I'm like, well, fuck, I'm getting closer to 30 than I am
anticipated.
And so yes, well, I do say that I want, like, I just want to be a young stud and just like
be that young buck.
Do whatever I want, whoever I want, be
slaying it out here, man.
Just be that young guy. And man, I don't know. It's hard to find a real relationship these days. And that's why, like, when you find one, I feel like you really got to clamp down on it and just work out the kinks.
Maybe we're just...
Because people just get divorced too quick.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just like the first thing, they have a huge argument and they're just like, nah, I'm done. I'm out. Fuck it. And bro, I've done that in relationships where I'm like, yo, I'm out. I can't do this anymore.
Dude, trust me, man. That last chick I was with, she murder balled my emotions. Like, It's been a long time coming, so
Trust
I feel
me,
you, man.
I was there. I witnessed your emotions.
Big old soft
get
teddy
wrecked.
bear here.
It was like Wild Waves without the season pass. You only got to experience.
Hey, fuck off!
it for
I
a
didn't
little
cry.
bit. So, dude, it's a couple tears. It's all right, man. We all cry.
Fair.
But I think when I think nowadays we're so caught up with like, okay, like the next best thing comes around, we just give up and we're like, okay, I want that. I feel like we got to start working the kinks out, because I've seen our parents' generation, everybody's like, oh, I want our grandparents' generation, you know, where they stay for fucking 75 years or whatever.
Dude, my grandparents had their 60th anniversary like 2 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers literally got married at like 14, 15, and they were like, yeah, dude, I haven't even graduated to high school yet, but I'm just going to stick it out with you, and we're going to fucking make a cool-ass family.
Right.
Like, and our parents' generation kind of has that, kind of doesn't, and I feel like it came down to our generation where it's like...
We're like, fuck it, I'll get married 7 times.
Well, yeah, they're just like, well, you know, they don't understand that, dude, divorce is a shit ton of money.
Shit ton of money and a shit ton of legal shit that you have to bring other people into your relationship. And that just is weird.
Say you got kids in there, now you got to deal. Oh, okay, I got to see them every other weekend or something. Like, dude, I don't want to go through that with my wife, you know?
Well, the thing that fucks me up about divorces is like in marriage and divorce is such a weird thing, because like when two people love each other, when two people fall in love and how do I explain this? It's like they everyone's got this label like marriage is the end all be all of like, this is what you want for your relation. This is what people kind of want for their relationship. Like if you're not married, you don't truly love that person. Like that's not the full, you're only 90% committed. You're not married. You're not 100%. But the weird thing with marriage is it becomes legal. And once it becomes a legal thing, which, I mean, fine, hunky-dory and all, as long as you stay together, but if you get divorced, then you have to bring in, like, lawyers and prosecutors and shit for people to, like, hey, we just fell out of love with each other, but now we have to drag in all of these fucking people just to figure out who gets what and, like, to make this official. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I might not get married. I don't know. Because here's the thing, like, I want to be with someone that I'm madly in love with, but the whole idea of, because I could spend 40 years with someone and be just as happy married as I would be not married, or not married as I would be married, I guess I should say, because I know I'm happy with that person's happy with me, we've made a commitment to each other to spend the rest of our lives together. I don't need this silly little piece of metal around my finger to tell me that. Like, that's my thing. And then if me and that person say, we just kind of fell out of love and we don't want to be with each other anymore, that's it. Said and done. Sorry, okay, you go your way with your life, I'll go my way with my life, and that's it. I don't need a fucking judge to come in and be like, let's pull out your Beanie Baby collection and sort how much goes to who because it's worth something now. Like, get the fuck out of here. If I've got possessions that are mine, I know they're mine. If you got possessions that are yours, they're yours. I'm not going to fucking take them from you. I don't need your fucking collection of emeralds or topazes or whatever the fuck you got.
Well, in our state, if you're together 7 years, you're considered married.
Wait, what? Like legal binding or how does that work? What if
my coworker the other day literally got married last year because he had been with her 7 years, and in this state, if it's 7+ years, you're everything, like if you were to go to court and shit, like they would act like you were married.
I'm gonna look into that because that sounds fucking whack, man.
It is whack. It's fucked up.
I'm gonna have to research that because that's some crazy shit.
Pretty much, he was with his girlfriend for 7+ years. They had kids and everything, and then they were like, "Yo, you might as well be married because if you guys were to ever split, like half and half."
Damn. Yeah. What did he say about that? Was he like cool with it, or was he going like, man, this is fucked?
Well, he loves her, obviously. Like, yeah, they didn't need the rings to notify people that they loved each other. He just said that it was like weird as shit that because they like told him. They like sent a thing in the mail, like Washington State or whatever.
No shit. He got a notice in the mail?
Yeah, he got like a notice in the mail. He was like, yo, if you guys are like 7+ years together, just know that if you were to take it to
if you
court,
guys do something, we got to run up some legal binding documents.
So literally like 3 months later, they got married.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So they were like, fuck it, might as well make it official.
That's pretty much what he said. He was like, might as well fucking make it official because they're either way you're.
Because only single official ain't official enough.
Yeah. Fucking some people's logic, but
Dude,
yeah, no,
right.
that's my thing with marriage is I've seen too many people fall already at a young age to where like I'm kind of getting scared. You know, what
I
if
feel you, man.
I don't want to be that 35-year-old on like Tinder or something, like looking for my love. Yeah, see, like just by that look right there, you know.
Yeah, that's
like,
a fucked up thing to think about.
I've seen people on Tinder and like dating websites where they're like 30, 40 years old and they're like just looking for my best friend. I'm like, dude, I'm to be honest, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be sitting there at 45 like, man, what if I like let one go that I had or I just like,
dude, I'm 26 and I'm already like, man, should have kept that one. Should have tied her down. She's a real keeper.
no, you do not think that.
There might be one or two.
I think you have days where you think that.
Yeah, you're probably more accurate at that.
I've had days where I think about that and then I'm like, God, that was a moment of weakness.
That was a poor fucking decision.
That was a moment of weakness. Slap
Right.
myself back to reality.
Hey, come fucking punch me in the arm. Figure this shit out. I'm trying to not be such a puss anymore.
You motherfucker. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I had to tell people to punch me in the arm at work.
Right?
I'm sitting at work and I'm like, hey, boss, you got to come over. Right? Can you come whap me in the arm real quick? He's like, how come? I'm like, I was thinking about my ex the other day. And then he was like, damn, really? And then I was like, it was just a moment of weakness. All right. Don't.
Just fucking sock it out of me here.
Just give me a little knuckle punch, right? And give me a dead arm.
That's fair.
Dude,
That's
he
fair.
gave me a good, like, because he used to be military, so he stuck his knuckle
Oh,
out.
shit.
Dude, he gave me a good whap right on
Maybe
there.
a bruise?
No bruise.
Oh.
But I felt it. It was
I believe it. That
little
sounds painful.
a little stinger, so I was like, thanks, boss. Thanks for whapping me back into reality.
Thanks for whapping me, boss.
All right, like, making it weird, fucking per usual.
You know.
Nobody's
Speaking of WAP, have you heard Gilbert Gottfried read Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's lyrics to WAP?
It's a stupid song.
Yeah, it's a shitful song, but
Dumbest fucking song.
swipe your nose like a credit card.
Yeah, like who? What? You're literally
Park
telling.
that big Mack truck right in my little garage.
You're literally telling people to bend over and fuck while snorting coke.
Yeah.
Like you swipe a credit card at a store.
Yeah.
And dude, like there's little girls and like little dudes.
Oh no,
and, like,
she's not talking about coke. She's talking about swiping that nose through her ass crack like a credit card there, boy.
Oh.
So
she's
swipe your nose like a credit card.
sniffing and digging.
Yeah.
Sniffing and digging. She's a little gold miner over there.
That does not sound fun.
Dude, okay, so my Matty Ice at work, he's got like daughters. So his wife and him heard the song. They were like, wow, like Matty Ice was like, oh, like Cardi B looks good, you know, like, so that's why he was interested. But then his wife was interested in the song. Well, I came to, when I was talking to him about it at work, he was telling me about it and I was like, you know, that means wet ass pussy, right? And then he was like, what? I was like, bro,
Did he not listen to the lyrics?
that's what I asked him. I was like, dude, did you literally just
Did you
say,
listen to the radio edit, Wet and Gushy? Get the fuck out
or
of here.
something like that? I was like, did you just think the song was actually called WAP? Like, it didn't have a meaning to it? And then
So
he was
what
like,
did
he was like, yeah. I was like, did you show your kids? He was like, no.
No, they showed me.
No. Wow. Yeah, you never know with kids these days, always on their iPads and shit. But yeah, I was like, yeah, how did you not know that, Matt? Like, he was like, fuck, that's news to me.
I should stop listening to that with my daughters in the car. Fuck.
But I told him, I was like, turn that song off when you're in the car or something. Like, that's not
shit.
the song that you think it is or whatever you fucking thought it was.
No, fucking. Oh man, I couldn't. Kids these days, they know way too much more than they should. Fucking kids these days. Things that piss me off is you can learn anything from the fucking internet. And I still go to college and it's like, you know what? $400 a book for one book for this one quarter. And it's like, bitch, I could have learned all this shit on YouTube
That's it? $400?
for one book for one quarter.
That's
So you
it?
got to buy like fucking 4 books a quarter.
Yeah, but did you have 4 books that quarter?
No, I didn't fucking buy
Because remember we had that purple book. That was our Bible, in quote.
Oh, yeah. In the communications, it was all, you buy this book, and that's all you'll ever need for life.
You know what killed me was that book was like fucking paperback.
Yeah, it was like $13 at the store.
No. $13.
I might have got the used copy. What the fuck did you do?
Bro, my fucking shit was like $50, $60.
You got the new one.
I could have fucking, yeah, because that was all they had. My mom always taught me, she was like, get the used books. Because what's the fucking difference? Sometimes kids write answers in the pages.
That's why I always got used. It was cheaper and they always had answers.
That's right. So I wanted to get used, but I could have put that motherfucking book together. Like, it literally was just fucking paper, a harder cover, like laminated cover, and then fucking dumb spiral rings.
The worst part is, what do you remember from that book?
Absolutely. Well, I want to say absolutely nothing, but what I know is like how to capture an audience.
I know about jack shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you not read the motherfucker?
Fuck no, I didn't read it.
Why'd you buy it?
Because it was required for the class, and they were like, we're going to have quizzes on this. I'm like, all right, whatever. And the other thing is, that book was required for like every other communications class we had too. Right. So it was like, fuck it, I might as well buy, if I'm going to buy one book, might as well buy the one that goes for all the classes.
Yeah.
But that shit's whack to me. How can universities get books and just be like, you know what, we'll just upcharge the shit out of them?
Dude, because they're not really schools. I feel like they're businesses.
I mean, to an extent, yes. That's what it. I mean, yeah.
Motherfuckers just gander money from us. They're like, bring forth your money. I'm like, bro, dude. I just
bring forth your knowledge, then, bitch. I didn't learn shit,
dude. I know. It's kind of sad when
Which isn't true, because we wouldn't be sitting here if we didn't go to college.
Okay, we learned. You know what's funny about that is, like, people thought we actually didn't learn, but we sat quietly in the classroom and learned while everybody thought we were a bunch of fuck-arounds.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, dude, fuck your purple book. I could literally go on YouTube or watch the news for like 7 hours or just look up information more to what your little fucking black and gray picture on the little 1980s TV is telling me.
My favorite part of everyone thinking that we were just a bunch of slack-jawed, no-name fucking losers was when shit started hitting the fan in our news class. And then everyone was like, shit, we need to get these stories done. And it was 1 story per person per week. And after the first 2 weeks, you and I collectively did 7.5 stories. And we were like, all right, guys, we've proved our worth. Everyone else is like doing a story. We ain't doing this shit no more.
After they told us to spend so much money on textbooks, after that purple book, we didn't buy shit.
Nah.
After that.
Can't lie, though.
Because when it came to that situation, when shit hit the fan, everybody was like looking through their books, like trying to go by like rule by the or whatever. They're trying to go by the rule, and I'm just like, dude, it's like capture your audience, figure out cool ways to capture your audience, be creative, like, you know, think what your audience would want, not think about what your little fucking dumb book wants.
Yeah. I tell you what, I feel like I learned more from the volunteer radio station than I did from the here, pay thousands of dollars and come sit in this fucking chair.
You know,
that's the sad part. That's the real sad part. And the other sad part is the radio station at our school didn't even have a certification for anything. It was just like, hey, come do this for fun.
Yeah, dude. You guys had a shitty training system.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that.
I never even did that. I never did.
Okay, you know why you didn't do training is because I went to the trainer every single day and said, hey, Austin's just going to sit there and he'll learn from me in the studio while we're doing this kind of live. And he's not going to come in here and do the trainings with you. And he was like, no, he has to go live. And I'm like, let's just say Austin's not going to come in and do the trainings with you. And it went back and forth for a few minutes. And I was like, all right, here's the deal, bud. You're not teaching him anything. All right. You're sitting in this studio for like 2 hours and you ain't learning shit. He's learned more from sitting there and just watching me doing it.
Actually doing it.
Yeah, doing it live on the air than he is you sitting here showing him how to do it and not making him do it. So
yeah,
he's not doing your training. And
that
you know
was
what?
the dumbest training system.
I'm going to go talk to the GM and he's going to say, Austin's not going to have to do this fucking training. And you know what happened? I went and talked to the GM and Austin didn't have to do the training.
Okay, my thing was they rescheduled on me like 3 times. And then when I did go in, one person literally did like note cards with me and showed me the answers and then was like, okay, take the test. Obviously, I'm going to fucking reciprocate everything I just saw 30 seconds ago. Mm-hmm. Because it was only like 10 or 11 things.
Yeah. I remember because
then later that night we went live and like I messed up on something, but like we just like we redid it.
Kind of went over it.
Yeah, we went over it and I was like, bro, like what did I do wrong? And you were like, you told me, and I was like, oh wow, that was on the note card earlier. But I would have fucking remembered that if you guys given me time
drilled it into my brain
like
instead of in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, I hate sitting at a computer and watching power and like, you know, power slides or whatever.
Yeah,
but that's why we're doing our own podcast.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this here for you guys. So that being said, I think we're going to wrap it up here for our first episode. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun talking about hockey. It was fun getting to know us a little bit. We'll dive into ourselves a little bit more here in the future. You guys will get to know more about us. But yeah, this is going to be us. For now, it's just the Cole and Austin podcast. Got anything else to say at the end here, Austin?
Nope. Hope everyone has a good weekend and a good week at work.